Welcome, good morning. We are into the 6th part of the Marty videos, I think. 2 or 3 more each. Ouch. Cheers. They just did another live stream that again I caught the end of. They were talking about COVID shit, so I bounced. I don't want to hear it. But for the rest, it was supposed to be Rover, and I got an invite from Axel to join a group called People Pretending to Be at Rover. So let's pretend to be at Rover. I think in the same year we last time I talked about some Rover stuff, digging in. The first year I saw Cuff there, I think, is also the first year I got to know these guys. Bong Ripper. This is all the same record basically, so I put one on. Now there is a copy in here I am going to sell because I know maybe some people are looking for it. I don't need 3 presses. One is a live version, so that kind of explains it a bit. I don't know why I have. I think one is a regular, one is a gatefold. Bong Ripper is from America. I'm not sure where they're from. I followed. I don't know if they put anything out that I don't have. Maybe I fell off on the last 1 or 2, I'm not sure. But this is Satan Worshipping Doom. On what label? This is self-released by them, I think. It's not on any label or anything. They do a lot of self-released stuff. So yeah, that tracks. This is the track list, and the track list is Hail Satan Worship Doom. And it's just that. It's doom music. Very slow, very repetitive. But I actually liked this album a whole lot when it came out, or when it came to me. It hasn't been on rotation lately, so I can let go of one copy. But it will always be one of those bands that I remember the first times going to Rover, and that I have very fond memories of, driving in a yellow car. Convertible, blasting Celine Dion, driving past the old 13 for the first time with ink. That will be ingrained in my memory. But yeah, this is the gatefold version, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the original is. Now, if this is on a label, no, also not. No, it's just the gatefold version of that album, but you can get a scope of the artwork. There you go. Cool looking album though. There is a patch in here. The Bong Ripper back patch. All self-made, and that's what kind of got me into these guys. Also the stick to your guns, rely on yourself attitude. It's not, yeah, it is DIY of course, but not in a hardcore sense, or in a hardcore sense, who knows. Already rambling. This is with colored center labels, just details of the artwork. And this was right in the time I was getting into all that heavy stuff, so this worked out perfectly for me. It's just a lot of groove in there, a lot of heavy riffs. But the groove is what speaks to me now, or what jumps out to me now. One of these will hit the sales floor, I guess, one of these days. And this is the Hail Satan Worship Doom from 2012. They played there, so that's when I saw them. That was a incredible year at Rover. Yeah, put in a huge back patch as a kind of self-made Obi. There you go. And then this is the Roadburn Records live at the main stage, which was a perfect show, and like always perfectly captured. I'm not sure if they are the same members, if they're still playing live. Haven't heard much from these guys. They are doing a lot of re-releases of merch stuff, but yeah. There's a lot of text there. And it comes on a very good pressing on black, because it is Rover Records. So yeah, I'll get this in later because it's a bitch with the sleeve. Coffee. Then, same year, Rover, Dopesmoker. I don't have the original one of those records that has always eluded me, but this is good enough. It's maybe even better because I like the original artwork by Rover, but I like this just as much. There are two posters in here. I saw this, their return at Roadburn. This is for the Antwerp show, specifically. Storm of Lights, Harvey Milk and Jack Stolten, which was a great lineup, especially Harvey Milk playing with them. But I didn't went there because, like I said, I was at Roadburn, and this is the more luxurious poster that is for the complete European tour, I guess, without dates or anything. Cheers to Odyssey. The Bookers, Val and Vincent's, and probably someone else. This is the, what's it, 1500 copies Dopesmoker with the foil wraparound, or the foil bling bling. Now this has been re-released, so it's by no means anything special or whatever. But for the longest time this was not available. Some nice spot gloss moons in there, some rocks. Process the weeding. If you don't know this, this is Dopesmoker, so it's basically one really long track. It is kind of stupid to put this on a... It's better on CD actually, because it's one long track. It's 1 hour, 3 minutes, 34 seconds, but it's A, B, and C side, so you have to flip it over constantly. But yeah, it's just a monolith, and monoliths should be on vinyl. There are some recording notes for the records, and then it's Sunlord, so you know it's thick as hell. Yeah, this is where they got their stuff. I mean, a lot of these American bands have something to, or have to admit legacy by Sleep, because they were so influential. Yeah, you have to read up on the album stuff. They got a big record deal, big label record deal, but they bought green amps, or they had green amps made and blew the rest on weed. So yeah, Dopesmoker process the weedian, I guess. It always seems like a good idea when you're high, but when you're sober, not that much. I'm sober right now. So, Dopesmoker, Sleep, Monolith, great, long, fruity, out there, spacey. Y'all know Sleep. There you go. Matt Pike, Al Cicernos, and drummer Jason Ruder, I think. But yeah, there you go. Then, another record I bought at Rover and was equally not influential. We are way out of my teenage years. This has now become a video about me explaining my musical legacy or musical journey, I guess. I bought this from Jurgen at Roadburn Records. This is the Outer Battery live recording from Ohm's performance. There is a patch in here. There you go. Snake patch. Snake skin on the back. The picture is, I'm not going to get this one out of the sleeve, but the picture is from Primavera in Barcelona, and then the recording is 30 November 2013 at the Groen in Kortrijk, which was an amazing show, and it's a great live. It's not really a bootleg because it's on Outer Battery, but it has that bootleg feel to it. There you go. Very nice record. Got it for a bit of a steal from Jurgen. So if you ever see this or watch these videos, thank you very much. Ohm is Al from Sleep with the drummer from Grails, and then the guy behind Lichens, I think, is his band. I saw him play solo, and yeah, the drummer from Grails is just, what's his name again? Little Shaw. He's a monster. Very technical, very adventurous on the drum kits, I would say. Then into some, it's all the same genre, but some classics. This is Born Too Late by St. Vitus on SST Records. Yeah, in that sense, I would call it a crossover record because it was St. Vitus or Wino with his band crashing into, is it Wino already? Find there? Yeah, it is Wino. Crashing into the SST hardcore party. There's not a lot of info how they were received. You find some snippets here and there when Ian is talking about it in documentaries or something like that, like, what's that documentary, the one with neuroses and stuff like that. It get mentioned there, but not loud. So yeah, they were playing slow in a sea of fast and hard. Here is the promo picture. Such hawks, such hounds, I think the documentary is. There is something in there. The tracks on here, Born Too Late, of course, that's the story of my life. War Starter is an absolute beast. Dying Inside, they're all very good tracks, a very good album. This is a semi-later pressing, I think, 86, but no way is this a... Looking at it now, it's time for the sneaker tone. It's time for sneaker tone, it says in the dead wax. I don't know what that means. That sounds American childish. Child. Renfield Lives. We know what that is. That's Dracula. So yeah, Born Too Late. Really weird choices in colors. The pink with the small cross, and then this here, but it works. I think it works. So I think we just blasted to Hate. So I'll put on track 2. I think I have 5 more records. Not Hate, City. This is Worship then, I guess. It's basically the same track. I fell out of this stuff a bit and more into the blacker side of things because it was all... It was from a period that I was a heavy stoner and that music kind of went with the flow, but you can't keep doing that shit forever. Then, another band that has been on heavy rotation lately because the sun is coming out and I want to escape is Birthless. I could have picked anyone. This is Rhythms from a Cosmic Sky. TP? Yes, on TP Records. TP has a new record, what's it called? It's like a spoofy death metal album, like Tenacious D, but for death metal. Maybe it's a little, it's more taking a piss at Dead and Black, but it's fun ride. I'm blanking on the title. I can look it up. We have time. Let's see. How do I find this? Spotify. Yes. I have an idea. Oh, this is very good material you're doing here. So yeah, Birthless. 3 guys from San Diego playing, yeah, jam music. Just jams, but heavy. Not. It is spacey, but it is not Woodstock jammy. It is actually very good music, very well played. It's called Witch Taint with Sons of Midwestern Darkness. There you go. Oh, this is heavier and faster than I remember. So yeah, Rhythms from the Cosmic Sky, Godspeed and Sonic Prayer. So Godspeed is amplified, passing trajectory, perception and cascade. So it has that stonery flow thinking way going through it. It's called Birthless Weightless. But yeah. Absolute classics. I jammed live at Rover yesterday, and that is also a monster. Mike Egginton, I think, Mario Rubalcaba, and Isaiah Mitchell. Tim Green on organ on Godspeed. So the drummer is also a beast. He's on a lot of other bands. I think he's in Off too, maybe. Yeah, they have tons of other bands. Great pressing on Black by TP, great label. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff and a lot of good bands. And they are still running strong after all these years. Oh, here it says Mario is from Hot Snakes, Rock from the Crypt, bass is in Electric Nazarene, and then guitars is in Nebula. if you care. Yeah, they played Rover, I think 2 years ago, when it was the San Diego takeover. Look back, I talked about that to death, because that was, looking back now, how we live now, that was one of maybe the best memories I have with Helm in the last 10 years maybe. So cheers to him. I have a loose sleeve, that's never a good sign. Then, 3 more. 3 absolute beautiful beasts. This is also on TP, and this is Witched with Paralyzed, J Masses, and a slew of other musicians that does this biker. It's like biker infused 70s stuff, but not like Uncle Acid or yeah, not like those types of bands. It's more rocky, more grungy, more not something more Dinosaur Jr.-esque, but it's also a bit more heavy metal. Their second album, Paralyzed, delivers speed, heavy riffs, sinister vocals, and raging backbeats that inject a punk-like tenacity into Witch's brooding heavy core. Sums it up, I guess. I saw them live on this album in a place not too far from here. I thought I had the poster for that in here, but I do not. Dave Sweetapple is in here. Who else is in here? Dave Sweetapple on bass, Kyle Thomas on guitar vocals, J Masses, Asa Irons, and Kurt Weissman. Yeah, the 3 make up the core. Check Witch out, man. They are insanely good, and I wish I can see them live again. I saw them once in Zalbalia over here on this record, and then I saw them again, but I don't think they have another record. This is their second one. I don't think there's a third. But I saw them again playing at Rover, maybe also on the San Diego takeover, but I'm not sure. There you go, the back one more time. Love it. Absolutely love this record. This CD is also almost constantly in my car, so one of the albums I have on deck now and again. I talked a bit about this rather recently. This is Circle with Catapult, Finnish Circle, not on Spotify. That is a band I want to do the deep dive with Hearts, but they have a lot of material, a lot of different material. It's always something else. It can go from folk to folk metal-ish to soundtrack stuff, and yeah, it's all over the place. I think I recently showed this one in the beautification bonus video, whatever. But yeah, Fish Reflection, Saturnus Reality. It's not metal, but they take the trope of metal and do something really crazy with it. I'll show the poster once again at Zalbalia, which was on fire at that time. It was the time when I was in college, art college, or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, there's no year on here. Alas, yeah, it should have been around 2007, somewhere around that time. Let's say here. Yeah, 2007. Yeah. There you go. Mike bought me this record. We had a falling out. I talked about it. There you go. On No Quarter. Yeah, like I said, they take the when you hear it, you kind of hear like how metal gets its stuff from classical music. Sometimes you get where this is coming from in some way. So I'm struggling here. It's weird to describe, but it's worth checking out. And Circle's worth checking out. And then the last band I'm going to talk about is Grails, and I picked, once again, like with Birthless, you can just pick any record. I picked Doomsdayer's Holiday because that's how I'm going to call whatever this is going to be, whatever the outcome is our Doomsdayer's Holiday. So maybe this will be my soundtrack for today. What is there to say about Grails? They have a lot of records, a lot of EPs, a lot of splits. They are one of the better soundtrack bands for movies that never existed. It is very well played, very atmospheric, very storytelling in their music. Without words, there's no words. Doomsdayer's Holiday, Reincarnation Blues, The Natural Man, Immediate Mates, Pedestrian Blues, X-Contamination, and Acid Rain. So it seems very appropriate since we also have COVID and we have a nuclear dust cloud coming. So all hail God. That's it. There's nothing in here. There is a printed inner sleeve, which is a bit busted up. Yeah, weird choice. This lacquer, but it works. It's nice. Their personnel on here. Emil Amos, which is this one. He also has Holy Sons, which is also a great. Yeah, not a soundtrack band, but it's hard to describe. It's like really hard to describe. Zach Riles, William Slater, Alex Hall, with Alan Bishop, Randall Dunn, Gator Brian Clark, I don't know her, Jordan Hodson, also not an Eric no. But yeah, he plays flute. This is one of two versions, and this is a very heavy pressing. I think this is, I don't know, it seems more than 200, more than 180, but probably just a standard 180, and I'm too excited about it. This is on temporary residence, he asked himself. Yeah, I guess so. Yep, temporary residence. Rary. That's it. Those were, again, I guess 10 records, considering Bong Ripper was 3. Next up is Dots and Shit and Shine, some Goats, and then we transferred into Drone and Sludge, and then we are almost done, I guess. What is coming up, if I find the time, because it's getting a bit hard, believe it or not, to find the time for these. I'll try to cycle them back into the rhythm. So those, I think 2 more videos should wrap it up, not more. And then I'll do the next trilogian, which will be Darkthrone. Let's see if we can find out something new. And then the Paperworks is coming, which is going to be the books and all kind of stuff put in and surrounding the books. So yeah, that's it. Thank you very much. I talked about everything. Did a weird promo talk for TP. That's it. Have a great day. Try to enjoy it. I know you will. Peace.